Hey, what's going on? It's Dr. Mike T. Nelson here, and another shoulder mobility exercise for you to try out. So this one involves gymnastics rings if you have access to them. So one of the sort of missing range of motion that people have a lot is a lot of times you're seated like this, your arms are out in front of you all the time, kind of bent over like that. So a lot of people are missing the ability to bring their arm behind them or do shoulder extension without this part of their shoulder coming up also. There's a lot of muscles in here that can get tight, but one of the main ones can be the long head of the bicep, which actually comes up and crosses into the shoulder. So an exercise to try out, and again you want to start with this very slow and progressive, is in the rings you can have them up relatively high, and what you want to do is bring them back behind you, and then initially at first just slowly walk out. And as that feels better, you're just initially just bringing your arms directly behind you. So you notice here, because of the angle of my torso, I don't really have too much weight on them. And usually you're going to have your hands be neutral, so my hands are going to be relatively facing each other. And then what you can do over time is, if you want to add more pressure to it, is I'm just going to back my feet up. Alright, so as my feet go further and further back, I'm having more and more stress on my shoulders. So once I find a place that's, not quite my max range of motion, what I can do then is basically, if I come down this way, that's going to lighten up the tension. As I come up and go into more extension, that's going to add more tension. So once I find a place that's comfortable, I'm just going to move back and forth between these two positions. And I don't really want my arms to come way out like that. I want them to stay just right behind me. And again, you may feel this through the front part of your chest and your shoulders, possibly in your arms and your biceps, but it should be pretty mild. And so what you're doing there is you're just working through those two end ranges of motion. And it should feel just a very slight little stretch. Should not be painful or anything like that. So that also helps restore a lot of the motion of bringing the arms behind you, which works really well for a lot of people that do a lot of office work, and especially if you have any people that are sprinters or runners. If you watch them a lot of times from the side, you'll see that their arm never really goes back that far. And if it does come back, it usually kind of comes out like that. So this would be a good exercise for them to check out also. So try it out, let me know what you think. Thanks!